have a bang. All the Mars and cars now, whichever get up. Light up my scars with a sweet one bliss. Someone flicks me a bag by the oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a first run, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
What's going on, people? Welcome into another episode of the Crossover Show, presented to you by iBoxingHub in association with D-Rock Clothing. As always, guys, you know what to do. The promo code iBoxingHub24. Get yourself 40% off the entire site. With that being said, I'm joined by the fastest rising star in Misfits Boxing, the man that's taken over 2024, Fox the G. How you doing, man?
I'm all good, bro. I'm all good. How are we?
I can't complain, man. We've been trying to get you on the show, so we finally made it happen. Like I said at the start, the fastest rising star in Misfits. How does that sound to you?
Bro, that sounds perfect. hit the hammer on the head.
Before we actually talk about Misfits and stuff, I want to talk about before you got into boxing and stuff. Like, what was life like for you? Because I was looking up, you were born in the UK, but you're in the US now. Is that right? Or how did that happen?
I mean, it's weird, bro, because I was born in the UK, and my mom was working at this job, this animal health company called Visor, and Visor had this site in the UK, and they just moved everybody to the Michigan in the USA. So my mom was gonna take the opportunity. She flew over. She brought the whole family over. And yeah, I just grew up in America. And then obviously now that boxing started, I actually do live in the UK now, for the boxing, but for my entire childhood and my upbringing, I was in America.
So you talked to me about that, like growing up in America, what was the childhood like, and like sports? Because obviously we got boxing, but were you playing any football, American football, basketball, anything like that going on? Or
yeah, man, before boxing, I was a hockey player. I loved hockey. Everything was about hockey, which is funny. I never saw boxing coming, even for a second. Yeah, I was a hockey guy. That was really my main thing, bro. Like even now in my room, I've got hockey jerseys. I've got hockey posters on the walls. It was all hockey.
So you still keeping up with the NHL and stuff like that, or is it a bit hard?
Bro, big time, bro. I stay up late every day in the UK. It'll be 2 a.m. just to catch my team. Go to bed at 4. I don't care, bro. I'm loyal to my team.
What about the Lions? Any NFL, or we're not there?
If they're doing well, I'll tune in. You know, we had a pretty good season this year, so I kind of have to tune in. You know, it's part of the culture. But for the most part, just mainly hockey, bro. I'm upset.
That's cool. Yeah, let's go into it then. Like we said, boxing. Before you did Misfits, I saw that you had a couple of fights. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how did that come about, and how did just like the attraction to boxing come about for you?
Man, I always wanted to box. You know, earlier I said I didn't really see it coming. It's because my mom always said no. I always asked to box. Mom, can I box? Can I do this? I got a bag in my house, and that was as far as I really saw it going, but. I think when she saw the influencers start doing it, I think she realized pretty quickly that if they can do it, so can I. So she let me get into it. She let me join a gym. And from there, man, I just stayed grinding on my content, got given the opportunity. I was too young. I was 17. I couldn't have a fight on Misfits yet. So I went and I started having some amateur fights, got my experience up, and got me prepared for Misfits.
And then, like I said to you before off air, I was there at your first fight in Leeds. Like, just talk to me about that, because there was a lot of guys that were like, "Oh, we don't know how Fox is going to be." And now you speak to them, they're like, "Yo, this guy is the guy." Like, I know there's a potential pay-per-view coming up at the end of the year type of thing. He could main event if there's not like a KSI and stuff like that. First fight, how was training for you for it? And then obviously when you got into the ring as well.
Oh man, that camp is definitely where I think I grew up. So much changed in that camp with my disciplines. Obviously, I was living in the USA. I was going to school. I was pretty normal. I was still doing my amateurs, but it was just regular. But I dropped out. I went to the UK and I moved in with my coach, and it was just it was life changing. It was intense. The entire camp, everything was revolved around my opponent and how I could beat him. That was my entire life, really. And when I got in the ring, I was surprisingly not nervous. I wasn't too nervous. Obviously, there's the regular feelings, but it was very doable. And it just kind of felt like a dream. It just kind of happened, you know. They were introducing my name, and I blinked, and the next thing I knew, I was on the ropes, you know, celebrating. So
I was gonna say, you said about training camp, moving in with your coach. So like, what was the diet like? Like in America, look, let's be real. Like, people like to eat in America. I've heard about the portion sizes. I want to go to America next year, so I've heard about these portion sizes. But then moving here, training stuff, like, what was that transition for diet like?
oh man, I you know, it's funny you bring up diet. I'm obsessed with my diet. That's like the one thing. I'm so like, oh bro, every single thing. I'll get chicken and rice, and I'll be like, Coach, can I have this? Because it's from a place. So
Has that been the case, or just when you were in boxing?
yeah, it's literally just with boxing, man, because I know when I make that walk, you know, if I have a cheat meal or something like that, even if it's a month before the fight, I'm gonna have that in my head when I walk out. So, you know, like even now I'm at home chilling between camps. I'm leaving soon, but I haven't been on diet, and you know, right now today I've literally had to start up diet again because it's just like, bro, I can't eat bad too much because I just, even though, bro, skinny. Like I'm literally known for being skinny, but I feel fat right now. Like I feel like I'm out of shape a little bit, so I have to be on diet.
Nah, I like that. I like that. That's what I say. Like, when I started getting into Misfits and just influencer boxing, there were some people, don't get me wrong, that didn't take it seriously. But like you said, once you put that diet into it, you're just basically like any other professional boxer. You take it serious. You're doing a proper camp. Like I said, you stay with your coach. So, like I said, that's why I think a lot of these guys now in the influencer scene, as long as they do what you're doing, they deserve the respect that they should be getting in terms of boxing and stuff as well.
Absolutely, I agree. Anybody that's gonna take it seriously, you know, whether it's influencer boxing or professional boxing, you're still dedicating your life to the sport. So I think everyone deserves respect.
And let's just talk about the first fight in a bit more detail. Like you said, blink, it was kind of over there, and then from there, look, it was like we need Fox again. We need Fox again. Then you go to America, you headline that. Now, unfortunately, what was meant to happen in that fight didn't happen in terms of the 2 versus 1, and obviously the pullout. But then you go ahead, you win that fight as well. But I want to get your reaction to that. Like, how did it feel when you realized, okay, I'm headlining, which was cool, but then when the fight actually transpired?
Man, I mean, there was a lot that happened that day. There was the bomb threats. There was delays. There was so much that went on. But for me, it was kind of a test. You know, early on, you kind of have to face adversity, even if it's not from your opponent. You know, you can still let little things get in your head. Obviously, as one of my opponents did. And for me, man, it was just focused, stay disciplined, stay calm. And about 2 minutes, actually, bro, before we walked out is when I found out it was a 1v1.
Yeah, I was going to say, we just found, when I was watching it, everyone's just waiting. There's this weird pause. And then you realize, oh, I think it was on commentary. They mentioned, yeah, like someone's pulled out and stuff. And it's like, oh, right, okay, now it hits. And we didn't know if the fight, the main event or anything was actually going to continue on. So I can't imagine how it was for you. Like, that must have thrown you off a bit.
Oh, it was weird. You know, every single time I fight, it feels like a dream for a different reason. So I was chilling there because I thought I was about to wake up. You know, I thought I was just sleeping the day before the fight or something because so much had happened. But yeah, you know, like they come and they tell me it's only gonna be one opponent, and I'm just like, okay, that's gonna be just fine. Let's go and get this done.
And I gotta ask, look, you go from the first fight in Leeds, and then you're on the next card, but you're then the headline act. Like, for Mams and everyone to put that, not necessarily pressure, but that belief in you, like, how does that make you feel to be like, okay, these guys really trust me to do back-to-back events and be serious about it?
I mean, man, I think it's been a long time coming. You know, Mams is a legend. He got me so many opportunities with Misfits. You know, he used to fly me out to all the events at the beginning. He kind of let me grow with it. And I think they know that a lot of people talk, but I actually go in there and I do it. You know, I talk about how I want to hurt people, and you know, I train and I take it seriously, but I do it as well, and I've shown that I do it because Jay, you know, in a lot of people's eyes, was supposed to do what I did to Jay to me. You know, he was supposed to, you know, beat me up. So I think I've proven myself now. There was a lot of hope, but now there's the belief because I've proven it. So they're willing to throw me in any position, a 2 versus 1, a main event, you name it.
And I was gonna say then, you said about before that you've not been on diet, but you're getting back on it and stuff like that. Are we expecting to see you back in the ring soon in the UK? Any sort of thing that we should know about when you might be next fighting, or is that just still hush hush and I can't really say?
Man, I'm always gonna be honest. I don't really know yet. I don't really know what the word is yet, but for me, whether I have a fight, whether I don't have a fight, I'm most comfortable when I know that I can fight. You know, I know that I can be in shape enough to go 6 rounds. You know, I know that I can, you know, be at the top of my game. And so even though I don't have any fight news just yet, I can sense it coming, and I just feel like I have to get ready.
Cool. Now I hear that. I've got to ask. We've got this lightweight tournament going on. For me, I've said Joey's probably the favorite in terms of being able to win it. Do you feel like you're missing out not being a part of it, or is it just a case of I'll bide my time and I know that I can fight the winner type of thing going on later on?
I think it's exactly what you said, man. It's like it's free work, you know. Everyone else is gonna get eliminated, and I'm just chilling my own thing off to the side. So, you know, yeah, I'd like to. Hopefully, I don't know how long the tournament's going to go for, how long they're going to space it out with, but you know, I could snipe some of the losers, you know, and then wait for the tournament to end and fight the winner for the title after they're done with Dean or whatever they choose to do. So yeah, man, I got lots of options. I got lots of matchups that I can get coming for me pretty soon, and I'm just ready to get it cracking.
And I gotta ask, like I said, Misfits 20. They're saying that's going to be the pay-per-view card. How much would it, when that occurs, how much would you love to be a part of that? And also, I know we're quite a bit away from it, but what would be your dream opponent to fight on that card?
Man, look, this is what I will say. I would like to have whatever other fight I need to have on like Misfits 16 or something like that. Go do that, fight that, win that, whoever that is, come home for a bit, have my chill time, and then I want to get in a proper like 9, 10, 11, 12 week camp for that pay-per-view, and I want to fight Adam Saleh, bro. I really want that.
You know, I'm going to put this out there. This is going to be what you just did is going to be the clip bit that I'm going to put out on social. So I'm just going to put that out there for you right now before. So I'm just letting you know beforehand because I needed an answer. You gave me an answer, which is fair enough. So
absolutely,
that, man. I do have to ask as well. He's not necessarily an influencer. He might be. It depends on how you see it. Jake Paul fighting Mike Tyson. They said it's going to be a professional fight. Like, just give me your thoughts on Jake and like him doing what he's doing with Netflix. If you can even give your thoughts on it as well.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I have a lot of respect for Jake. I've been saying it for a little while now. I think that he is a professional in my eyes, you know. Like I said, for me, we said it earlier, I'm really putting in that work and I'm living the life of a pro boxer. I think I deserve the respect of a fighter, and I'm going to say the same thing for Jake because it's undeniable. But when it comes to the Mike Tyson fight, that's the exact reason why I don't like it, because I consider Jake to be a young, strong fighter. And I think that he is in his athletic prime right now. And I think this should be where he goes after, you know, what he says he wants to do. You know, he should be fighting for a world title, you know. And I defended him fighting those last guys, the last two pros that people weren't too impressed with. And I defended it. But that's because I thought that he was trying to build on it, you know. And to go out for a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, I think he knows the danger he's putting Mike in. And Mike took it for the money, and I don't think it's a good idea, and I don't like that fight, if I'm honest.
And then looking ahead with Misfits, they've got a card coming up soon in London. Salt Papi's headlining it. Talk to me a little bit about Salt Papi. Like, where do you think he fits in right now? How much does he need this win to get back to where he was previously?
Oh man, Salt is scary right now. I saw a little bit right before I came home, but I saw him in training. I saw him in sparring, and he's just mean right now. He's business minded, and I think that Ferrari is in a lot of trouble, and I think that people are going to have a lot of respect for Salt because obviously Ferrari is a UFC or not UFC, excuse me, MMA fighter. You know, he's a pro. So it's not an easy opponent. You know, Salt's never really been the one to take an easy fight. So I think that when he goes in there and does what he's going to do, I think he's going to get the dub. I think he's going to be right back on top, man. I think he's going to be right back to Salt Poppy knockout edits.
I was going to say, look, you fought in the UK, you fought in the US. What do you prefer fighting in? Do you prefer fighting in the UK or the US, and what the crowd's like in terms of the difference?
It's got to be UK, man. I mean, it's tough because my USA one was amazing because I was main event. So a lot of people that I saw there were like very important people to me, you know, like people I see as family. Also family was there, but also people that I see as family around the whole crowd. So that was a special moment. But overall, with all the other events that I've been to, really, I would say UK just because the atmosphere there is just so crazy. It's truly like the Misfits crowd is UK, so they're a lot louder in the UK, and I think they get more into it.
I was going to say, because I remember speaking to Slim at the Leeds event, and I think he was saying something similar. He goes, if I'm going to fight, I'm going to fight in the UK because, like you said, the crowds are just that little bit better and they get into it a little bit more. And what impresses me is I've done traditional boxing as well. But the crowds come in straight from the prelims. I'm like,
yeah,
these guys are there for everything and not just turning up for the main event or co-main event. They're there from start to the end. Right. So, like, speak to me about that. Like, how impressive for you is that seeing that the crowds just file in from the start?
I mean, it's a special feeling, man. You know, it's a special thing to see. I remember Misfits 1, you know, showing up there and just seeing the fact that it's sold out from the very first event or the very first fight, you know, and it's like that every single card. Misfits 4, you know, Anthony Taylor, Idris Virgo. You walk out and they're sold out for Anthony Taylor and Idris, and it's like, man, that's special, you know, and it just shows the impact that influencer boxing has, you know, that people are going to show up for every single matchup. It's just the interest and the passion that people have for these fights is different.
And are we going to see you at the Misfits event in London just going as a fan or
man, I'm to back my boy Salt, man, all the way. I'm going to be there. Yeah, I have to go for that, man. I have to go for his return.
Do you know what? I'm gonna end on this just quickly because we've talked about literally everything, I think, at this point. But you said something that you like to be in camp and you like to be ready and stuff. So post fight, when you're done, what's the cheat meal like for you? Like, what do you like to be like? I'm down. I can eat this for a full week, type of thing. And how long did your binging last?
Okay, so this binge is a little bit bad. This binge has been.
All I'm going to say is you've done 2 fights in a row. So I hear it. Like, it's good to binge. Like, you're good to go.
I mean, bro, I literally I didn't really have that much time off between, like you said. It was back to back. So for me this time, I'll be real, it was just chilling with family, and I had to have, you know, when someone offers me food, I'm not going to turn it down. It's rude. So, you know, I have been binging. I'd say this time the cheat meal, literally, this is why I had to. The other day, I took my girl out to a burger place, bro, and I got burgers and ice cream and all that. And I was like, bro, this is the last cheat meal.
I was going to say, is the food better in the States than it is here? Like, for junk food, binging food and stuff.
Junk food, it's better here.
Okay.
But camp, bro, like, I can't complain because the chicken and rice and just the places to go there, especially Luton, around where I train, bro, it's amazing, bro, because it doesn't feel like I'm on diet. It's good. It's good food.
Nah, I hear that, man. With that, we're gonna wrap up with today's episode, man. Like I said, I had a great conversation with yourself. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to make it down to the event as well, so I can see you there as well. But like I said, every single person that I've spoken to on this show has said one thing: you are the next star, bro. Like, it's crazy that unanimously everyone says Fox is the star. Fox is the star. If you haven't seen Fox, you need to watch him fight and stuff. So again, I'm just going to ask you, how does that make you feel, just knowing that not just someone like myself, but your peers around you, people who watch Misfits from afar, who might be in this game and stuff like that, all think that you are basically the next star? Is that pressure, or is it just like, I'm happy with it?
Oh, I love it, bro. It never adds any pressure because I think that regardless of what anybody says, regardless of, you know, if it's good, whether it's bad, whatever the comments are, there is a plan set. Everybody has a destiny, and all I can do is work hard and continue down my path. So I think it means a lot, and I'm excited to prove everyone right.
Like I said, man, you got a big future. I can't lie. Like, I'm looking at the lightweight tournament. It would have been sick to have you in there, but like you said, you've got the bones to pick off people. Whoever wins, loses. You've got fights there, left, right, and center as well. But
Yeah.
again, appreciate you for jumping on. Like I said, we're gonna hopefully catch up at other events. Guys, if you like this episode, drop a like, share, subscribe, support the channel again by hitting up our sponsor, D-Rock Clothing, by using the promo code iBoxingHub24 to get 40% off. Until next time, guys, love and peace.